Now, this second one, I'm treading carefully here, Trev, because cards on the table, you know Mo Salah is my favourite player. I adore the man and I despise criticism of him and the things I've been hearing recently. Stones being chucked at a man who is an icon, carried us quite often during periods recently. Like the key reason we won the title. I know others will say Van Dijk, and I'm not doubting that, but Salah was Player of the Year, won all the awards, should have won a Ballon d'Or for good reason. And yet, Trev, I mean, you look at some of these, sometimes the hard numbers don't lie. In terms of the underlying numbers, as data people like to talk about, everything is down. Not only is everything down, it's the lowest it's been for some time in terms of his non-penalty XGs, non-penalty XG and assists, even shots per game. I mean, from a man at his peak who used to be averaging about 5, he's below 2. So just there's only so much you can dress up or look at. There's a few things I really want to get into with this Salah question. This is not Mo Salah or Florian Wirtz's fault. Is there a feeling for you at the moment that a Liverpool caught between Salah FC and Wirtz FC a little bit at the moment?
That's been the most obvious thing to me. I've been saying that since the season began, since we were enjoying our late winners on the last show with you. It seems to be that we didn't really know whether we should go with the tried and trusted thing of playing Mo in all the time. And yes, those underlying numbers are there and it's hard to argue with them, but you would also say that the amount of possession that Mo Salah has been given is way off from what it has been in previous seasons as well. And our plan last season was give Mo the ball. I mean, when you consider we're a sophisticated bunch of champion elite footballers, give Salah the ball and see what happens, was a fairly basic plan that worked immensely well for it. And now it seems to be like, let's make sure we get Wirtz on the ball, even if that means passing it sideways and there's two lads standing beside each other. And I don't know how much you've been to the games live this season quite a few times. It must be even more apparent to you when you're watching it, even you have that kind of bird's eye view of watching it and looking like, why are you playing Wirtz in there? He can't do any more than you can do. You advance the ball, allow him to go and do something. So it seemed to be very much that's forced the ball through the conduit that is Wirtz. Now, so far that hasn't been successful, and that's not necessarily a comment on Wirtz entirely. It certainly partially is, because if he hit the ground really running, he'd be banging in long-range shots and putting in assists and stuff like that. But it hasn't gone like that for the kid. And as a result, we neither have the best of one plan or the other. In fact, we have this half-arse mix where neither thing is working for us. And it's... you're right, man. It can't be Salah FC or Wirtz FC. We have to sort of tweak this, and we have to do it quite urgently.
We do. And we've seen the adjustments. I mean, the recent adjustment was Wirtz was out of the team at Chelsea, wasn't he? And Salah was he was involved more. Obviously, I know people are going to say Wirtz came on at half-time, and that inside of the boot, which should have been an assist in the opening minute of the second half, was sensational, all well and good. The thing about Mo, and the pedigree can't be doubted, the track record is just absolutely insane. So there's a bit of me torn on this, Trev, thinking, well, if you keep making him chances, it is Mo Salah, by the way, and we know the inevitable will happen. But at the same time, was that Chelsea game, he had chances, was it just an ultimate off day? Surely if we just keep getting Salah chances like that, it will happen. Surely?
It will. It will. We have literally no reason to doubt anything around that question. The only thing that is eating at me is, what did you think? Because I haven't heard anything definitive about this. Now, maybe I'm out of the loop, man, but when he didn't play in the European game, right? He didn't start that one.
Yeah.
I think all of us were... sorry, not all of us. I certainly thought, Jesus, he's dropped Mo. And I thought, that's weird. And then I was kind of either condescended to or reprimanded and told, it's rest, and he's been, it's a process, and everyone gets a game out and whatever. And so, okay, maybe that's the case. Maybe that is the case. And maybe when you do have a fella who's getting a little bit older, you have to make those kind of decisions. So fair enough. But you never used to see that. And maybe that's just a consequence, again, of him getting older, that we will have to start seeing it. I think it's undeniable that he's not going to lose his talent. He's not going to lose his confidence either. And on a different day, one of those two cut-ins where he blams them wide or over goes in, and we've a whole different thing to say. So for me, if it comes down to Wirtz FC or Salah FC, for the love of God, do the thing that won you the league and worry about the other thing later. Play him, but don't try to force everything through him, because that's exacerbating everyone's feelings of how it's not working, you know?
Yeah, you got the golden goose, you use it, don't you? And I mean, there's been nonsense talked about, for God's sake, Wayne Rooney questioned Salah's work ethic, and even Correa with his nonsense about that, we targeted that. Liverpool play a deliberate shape. We knew this from last season. Mo Salah defends less because of where we want him to end up. That's not changed. We knew what was going to happen. So this suggestion that all of a sudden he's just lazy or, it's absolute nonsense. The big thing to say, though, is, and this, if you analyse it properly, it is fair to say when he has games like he did on Saturday where he misses those chances and doesn't make the right decisions at the big moment, that's when you lose with the trade-off, isn't it?
It is, and that's where you could consider, shock horror, hooking him.
Yeah.
Right? So we trust you. We know you're the main man. We want to show that. I think that benefits everybody confidence-wise, him and us as a team. And then if it doesn't work, don't throw your toys out of the pram now, little Mo, because you haven't been doing it. And so for the last 20 minutes, we're going to change things up a little bit here. And on comes the ready-made replacement that is Jeremy Frimpong. And we'll do it slightly differently. And you know what? Maybe it works. And maybe that's the kick up the hole that he needs. I don't know, Dave. I don't know. Like you, I hate criticizing him. And I'm very much, as you can hear, I'm very much of the opinion we play him. And we play him until it becomes completely untenable. And it's not going to. And if we play him and we play to his strengths, it will work. And if it doesn't, you hook him. In the meantime, the question is, do you extract Florian Wirtz from the team? I think that is, again, a no-no. I think he should start. He doesn't have to start in this place where maybe Arne Slot flew out and sold him a vision of being the fulcrum of the team. Yeah. I couldn't give a shit about that summer conversation now. What I care about is making sure we don't fall out of a title race because of the insistence on playing a guy in a position where it's not working for the team because we don't have enough defensive cover behind him. So keep him in the team, play him on the left, take Cody underperforming Gakpo out of the team, and we can all get on with our lives. And if he can't play his way into it as a world-class footballer from the left wing, there's something wrong. He'll be fine. And eventually he'll stick his hand up and go, put me in the 10. I need to be in there. And it'll work because he'll have gotten confidence from getting a few goals and assists from the left-hand side. It's not difficult, Dave. It's not difficult.
No. And you're right. It's not blasphemous to say, ultimately, with this question, there is times where, and there was a real case to hook Mo Salah on Saturday, wasn't there, and try something new, if you wanted more solidity, different options. As you said, Frimpong, people were screaming out for Chiesa, but probably more for Cody Gakpo in that sense as well. But also, AFCON isn't a million miles away, in all honesty. And Salah is aging, all this. Again, this is like ultimate blasphemous, so forgive me, Father, because I am sitting on this, but there might even be a bit of, maybe just start to see on small patches, very small patches, about, resting Mo Salah, taking him out at a certain minute, seeing what it's like without him there ahead of AFCON. It's not the worst plan as much as it's sinful to say it, is it?
It's not, because you'd like to think there would be several games coming up where, say, Mo isn't performing, but we're actually a goal up or 2 goals up, heaven forbid, with 20 minutes left. And you could actually have a situation where it's a healthy scenario to take him out of it at that stage. We don't need him there for the last minute tap in or the bit of brilliance, because we're not looking to rescue a game at the fucking death, Dave. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah, it just absolutely. Crazy. And DBR asked a question, which I think we'll both answer there. Do you think Chiesa deserves more game time for this one?
I think he should be starting over Gakpo. And it sounds like I'm really bagging on Cody, but Cody's not the solution in that position all the time. He's certainly not at the moment. We need someone dynamic who's like constantly on the go, who can do a few different things. And the last Chiesa performance was so bloody good that it's actually offensive that he's not on the team, that he's not contributing. It sticks in my craw immensely that he's not getting an opportunity to play. Now, again, people will say injury this, injury that, whatever.
Yeah.
But Arne Slot has a track record of not trusting the dude. So I really, let's allow the guy to fail spectacularly at least, or allow him to be as underwhelming as the big Dutch lad now went. Let's see that.
Yeah, honestly, I would rather go with that, because at least then, subliminally, Arne Slot can turn around and go, told you, type of thing, when we're all like doing their thing. But if we're operating a pure meritocracy on what we're seeing right now, and form comes into the mix, I'm struggling to see how Chiesa isn't getting more minutes. And what was even hopeful of was he was in the squad ahead of Rio Ungamo, wasn't he? The opposite of what happened with the Champions League for Saturday. So I was thinking, cool, might get a shot, I might get serious minutes. And for all the things and rotations and people moving positions, Chiesa still didn't get a shot, which is a bit mind-blowing for me. But I suppose all shoulda, woulda, couldas on this. And ultimately, to end this question, Mo Salah, the big question. Keep Salah in the team, play it through him. Keep Wirtz in the team, the left. Not everything has to go through Wirtz, but bring them in at the right times and let them be the players they are. Surely that's the answer.
It just is the answer. There's this one doesn't require much debate because it should be obvious to everybody, and it just speaks of trying to impose some sort of a galaxy brain plan otherwise. Use your strengths, get that ball to Mo Salah's feet and get it to him quickly and get him in good positions and exploit all his strengths. And then they won't see Florian Wirtz come on the far side. But when we're trying to shuffle everything through the Wirtz conduit, it's getting tedious. We're so predictable. And when the ball is lost, the turnovers are so dangerous for us because we have no screen.
We don't at all. And I'll be cheeky. I'll throw one in the mix because I like this question from Tony. We should always engage with these types of things. I like it. When Salah goes to AFCON, which we brought to the table as well, 4-4-2 with Isak and Ekitike up front together for you?
I'd love to see that at least once, right? So if Mo's not on the team, the idea of Frimpong on one side ahead of Conor Bradley, maybe Joe Gomez or something if you're going defensive. And on the far side, I'd love to see Chiesa with the two lads, and they're very different. Now, obviously, if you have them operating in the same area, that remains to be seen what that would look like. But I'm so impressed with the intelligence of Hugo Ekitike's movement. I think he's one of the brightest young footballers I've seen in terms of his movement. He's got a fantastic record of scoring for us. So he has to be in the team. This thing of it's either Isak or Ekitike. No. Not until Isak is scoring a goal every game does it have to be the two of them. We get him to his excellent self. I'd love to see what the two of them together looks like. That could be mind-blowing. It mightn't work, Dave, but wouldn't it be fun to see it? I'd love to see it.
I really would love to see it. And Tony said 4-4-2. Not that we play it exactly, but obviously there's on the ball, off the ball, but some variation of a 3-5-2 even, where one of the Gravenberg drops without the ball, something like that. But I think we all want to see at some point, because we don't know what the hell does it look like with both them on the pitch. And if Mo's at AFCON, we'd love to see that. So there you go, people. That is the Mo Salah question.